We're halfway through the first month of 2021, and we have to deal with the pandemic, unemployment rates, and in Lebanon, the economic inflation, as well as another lockdown. So it's safe to say that New Year's resolutions and goals for this year are not on so many people's minds. Many of us are feeling like we're in survival mode. If you've been struggling with having the mindset to go after your goals and build the life you want, it's okay. It's more than okay to not be okay, because these are not okay times or normal circumstances. This video though is for those of you who still want to try to set goals for themselves, but maybe don't know how to do that, how to set the goals and how to stick to them. Last year I did something that made 2020 a bit easier for me. I planned my year, so 2020 planner, goals, tasks and ideas. 2020 started for so many of us really well, and then everything else happened in the world and a lot of things changed for us. So did 2020 go exactly according to my plans? No. Throughout the year, I had to alter my goals and adapt accordingly. For instance, one of them was become in the intermediate level in yoga. I was not able to reach that. I'm definitely no longer a beginner in yoga because I was able to practice yoga as much as I was able to in 2020. Another thing I was not able to do at all is the third goal I had for myself, which is move out. I wanted to move out my parents' house and move in with my best friends in a house in Beirut. But then August 4 happened, the Beirut explosion happened, and we were not able to move out and in that house. And then the inflation in Lebanon got even worse. So financially now it's a bit of a struggle to reach that goal, and it's okay. So this is the first thing I learned and based my goal setting for 2021 on: adaptability and flexibility. You need to accept that given the uncertainties of the circumstances we live in, your goals might need some tweaking and some changing throughout the year, and that's more than okay. Out of the 12 goals I had set for myself in 2020, I was able to reach 9 of them. So how was I able to do that? First of all, and it's the same thing that I'm doing right now with 2021, I write very vague and unspecific goals for my year. In no particular order. I don't write them in order of importance or priority. I just write them, and then when I write them, I write a category for them. So I have 2 for career, here it's hobbies, then you have personal in blue, and yellow for fitness. After writing my yearly goals, I move on to writing some goals for the first month of the year. And for each goal that I write, it should serve one of the goals from the yearly goals. So for each month, there are certain steps and actions that I can take that will help me reach one of my goals. For example, one of my goals is to grow my YouTube channel. One of the steps I can take this month is to post at least 3 videos on my YouTube channel. Or for instance, practicing yoga weekly. I specify it with practicing yoga at least 4 times this month. Another vague goal for me is to read books again, it's very vague, it's not specific at all. But then I specify in January that I want to read 1 book this month. I keep the books that I want to read this year next to me, as well as having water everywhere I go so that I drink more water, because these are 2 of the goals that I have for this year as well: to drink more water and to read more books. And then when I've planned my month, I move on to specific weeks of that month. I'm gonna go to this week, January 11 to 17. So for each week, I have notes here, and I write specific steps that I can take to achieve one of the monthly goals. And when I write them, I assign them to certain days. Today is Wednesday, and I've only planned my day today. I have no idea what I'm going to do tomorrow or in the days after, and that's okay, because I know that these are my tasks for this week, and I have to make sure to put these tasks in these 4 days. And then, by the end of the week, I go back to my monthly goals and I see if I'm closer to reaching them. And this will help me plan my next week. So an example for today, I just finished filming a YouTube video, the one you're watching, and there we go. YouTube video about goal setting. I still have 1 more time to do yoga, which I will be doing today, and mobility, which is also another time. When I'm done with them, I'll do the other half of the circle and I'll be done with these 2. And then obviously at the end of the month, I go back to these and I see what I can do in February to be able to reach these goals. And in case I was not able to reach one of these goals that month, I'm like, okay, it's fine. I wasn't able to reach that. How can I make February better for me? How can I adapt this and make February easier for me? I realize how this might seem very overwhelming. Joanna, no one has the time to do this. It's just little details, little things that might seem so silly, so stupid even, but they really do affect my mood, my productivity level, my energy, my mentality and mindset. And at this point, anything that makes us a bit more motivated, a bit more present, and a bit lighter on our feet, I'm gonna do that. And this actually helped me a lot in 2020. And so far in 2021, it's really helping me with my yoga. I'm practicing yoga because I have these goals. I'm able to do mobility exercises, which is something I wasn't really working on in 2020, and now I'm doing them more than ever, and I'm really proud of myself for that. So planning my goals and being accountable for them and tracking my progress and the flexibility and adaptability part, they're really the things that I'm big advocate on. I really encourage you guys to do that, to try it out. Do your own version of it, maybe do a less complicated version of that, or even a more complicated version. For instance, to make it a bit more specific, I do something called habit tracking. So I have my habit tracker for each month. I track how much water I'm drinking, my mood, my sleep, physical activity, self-care, how much research I'm doing. And research is very important for my field, for my career, because one of my goals is in career to grow my clientele, and I cannot do that if I'm not keeping myself educated, reading a lot, researching a lot. So everything I'm doing, all the small steps I'm doing on a daily basis, weekly and monthly basis, are at the end of the day gonna help me with my yearly goals. And the reason I set yearly goals for myself is to have something to look forward to, something to be excited about, something to work for. In our times right now and the circumstances we live in with all the uncertainties and everything that's going on, some kind of certainty, some kind of goal, some kind of specific thing to look forward to and work on do really help with your mindset, with your mood, and with your general attitude about your life. I hope you're going to try to do that. Please leave a comment if you have any questions, suggestions, or any feedback. I would love to know what you think of this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.